Hey, what's good, everybody? It's your girl, Prissy Solo. Welcome back to my channel so we can talk about Ready to Love Reunion. I am so glad that we are over with this series. But if it's your first time here, welcome. Come hang with the man. I haven't gave my channel a name yet. So I was thinking I was just about to say Mafia. Not sure if it's going to stick or whatever. But right now, come hang with the Mafia and chill out. Welcome to my channel, you guys. So I didn't even bother making notes because, baby, I watched the reunion twice. I knew the reunion was going to be good. Oh, and please don't ask me about last week's episode. Last week's episode, they could have kept that. This is margaritas. I made strawberry, banana, some limeade, and that's it. It's really good. Oh, tequila. It's really, really good. So I am going to be smacking on this while we talk about this reunion because we need to gag. Okay, so I didn't take notes because we're just going to have an authentic conversation, okay? I'm not about to tell you about the reunion because I know you watched the reunion, so can we talk about it? Let's go. First things first. Do y'all feel like Edwin and Naya got something going on? Because I know I couldn't have been the only one that peeped it. They looked real cozy, okay? So many cliffhangers this episode, man, that I cannot wait until next week. But in the meanwhile, we mainly talked about Joy and Anthony and Jay and Winter. We got to see some familiar faces, but we haven't really got to hear from them yet. First things first, they talked to Alicia. Now, Alicia, when Nephew Tommy asked you about the father of your child, you got defensive and you try to save face, but I think you must have changed your mind and decided to be honest on the interview that we all seen, because you already knew that the reunion was going to come out. Because on the interview that I watched you have, you stated that you were single and that the father was not involved, you weren't with him, and your baby was 11 days old, but yet on the reunion while you're still pregnant, you're saying that y'all together and y'all in love. Child, I don't like no jokes about children's paternity, but I was laughing out loud when Nephew Tommy was asking the men if they was the pappy, because how did you see Brian since the reunion when you in a relationship, a healthy, happy relationship with your baby's daddy? You didn't think it through, sis, and I understand wanting to save face at that reunion in front of all of your colleagues. Moving on. Brian. I think, watched our videos and read our comments about his maturity level, because he definitely tried to bring it up a notch during this reunion. Please don't talk about him and Alex's relationship no more. It didn't work out for a reason. It is what it is. Please don't talk about him and Alicia. And this whole room situation, then, to keep it real, he said it 1,000 times that he should have just been more clear with this conversation. Speaking of being clear with conversation, who that is? That's David. David. Now, I always thought that things were blown out of proportion when it came to David getting sent home. I didn't get a feel for his character to really, vouch for him, but I did feel like he went home too soon, especially under the pretenses of him putting his finger up in Joy's face. I told y'all that was not that man's intention. He made it very clear to her at the reunion. She let him know that she understood that, and she had to throw out there that she felt like it had nothing to do with that situation between them two. Had nothing to do with him going home, and it had everything to do with his lack of relationships with everybody else. And Joy, you've been watching, girl, you've been watching some reviews, huh? Because the people definitely blame Joy about that man going home, as well as Alicia. So speaking of Alicia, Brian and Alicia have a talk, and basically, I guess there was a miscommunication in terms of a time frame. Alicia says her conversation is a lot different than all the other women in the house because she has small children. Not small like my small, but children that's still living at home, and everyone else, they're older children, or maybe the baby live with the mammy. So she felt like, her conversation I gotta see where you stand when it comes to my kids. Are you open minded to it? And Alicia, although I could say that makes sense to me, I just felt like, and Alicia said it was miscommunication on her part too, because definitely, yeah, of course, a man is gonna say that's not my responsibility out gate. As soon as I show an interest in you to take care of you and your two kids, and a third on the way by another man, like, you should have been really more clear. I don't feel like Brian. I didn't feel like it then. I don't feel like it now. I don't feel like Brian was wrong for his answer and response to that question, because every man that you date shouldn't meet your child. And I understand that Alicia's not that broad. I don't take that from Alicia. I just feel like you should have been precise. Like, hey, so when we get to a point where it's serious, how do you feel? Okay, say that. But even then, why are y'all jumping too soon? See, Alicia, because you was pregnant and you knew it. I'm like, is this conversation always constantly with everybody on the couch throughout the whole entire season? Finances. Like, some stuff is just, I feel like you want a man to have a plan, but some stuff I feel like it's just too soon to really discuss in the phase of just getting to know someone. Okay, let's leave that there because I'm done. Done with David and Alicia. So, moving right along. So, speaking of finances, Winter and Anthony are on the rocks. I was wrong. I could sit right here in front of you guys and say I was wrong about Anthony. Turns out the only couple that seems to have made it, which we don't know for sure yet because we haven't heard from Calfani and Adriana, is Joy and Jay that actually are still together, even though they left us on the cliffhanger. Just by body language, I vibe that they're still together. Winter and Anthony say that they're in a space where they just began communicating again and that they had an argument and a fallout behind finances. And Anthony's demeanor during the reunion when it came to him and Winter's situation, baby, I saw a whole different side of Anthony. I was just like, fooled the hell out of me. Like, those walls is stronger than the walls of the Great Wall of China. Like, seriously? I'm not saying that Anthony is not going to make a woman very happy one day. And I just feel like the amount of work that it would take to even get him to a space of just even being in a relationship and being considerate of another person, and not so, I'm gonna say the word. I hate to say the word because I hate when people use it on me, but I have to call it out how I see it, Anthony. Defensive. That's the only thing I could think of that could have possibly happened when it came down to them finances. Because what are y'all arguing about finances? Y'all known each other all of what, 3 months? 4 months? Lord. Moving on. These people is not about to stress me out. I'm gonna wait. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna wait. We gonna gag, y'all. We gonna gag about that whole Denise situation with Joy. We not there yet. So Edwin comes and sits down and talks on the couch in regards to his relationship that he had with Joy and feeling the need to leave when she left. And honestly, it seems to me that you felt like, the way I see you boot up with Naya, I felt like it was between Naya and Joy for you. And so when Naya got sent home, it was Joy. You put all your eggs in with Joy. And when Joy put all her eggs in with Jay, you felt you did the right thing. You left. And I think that was a good decision. And Joy appreciates Jay for making that decision to leave with her. Um, she said that before she was all in with Jay, but right before that she had turmoil in terms of who to choose because Edwin is very romantic and that's something that Jay lacks, but her and Jay have stronger communication in terms of the things that they talk about, deeper conversations is what she said. And I'm just kind of feeling like, okay, I mean, I don't know. With everything that happened with Jay, with Simone, let's talk about it. Because I just don't know how I feel about Jay. Because I feel like there's more. We didn't get nothing from Jay all season. I seen emotion when Joy lost her sister. Genuine emotion that Jay had and stepped up for Joy and let me know that made it very, very clear where he stood. I felt like he's always been very clear in terms of Joy being his number one, but I just didn't see the connection between them two being as strong as the two of them made it. But it was very clear to me once he left. But it became all a blur with who the hell this man is when Simone had that back and forth with Joy because she felt like, okay, I was told from Jay that I was in his top. So yeah, even though he parades this parades Joy around, and on TV we see him as Joy's my number one. In private, he's telling me I'm his number one. This is what Simone's saying, and that also we had a lot of time together. So when I saw him going into the room with Winter with his shirt off, I decided that it was best to confront him in front of Joy so that he could explain himself to both of us. Makes complete sense. Makes complete sense. Simone, however, is upset because she feels like Joy brought it up in front of everybody else, and that was messy for Joy to do. I mean, yeah. I mean, for all the private time that her and Jay has, yeah. Yeah. I mean, especially being that Joy's reaction was, okay, why is she telling me? Um, so, but at the same time, Simone, I feel like that really wasn't a bone worth carrying. Not even because Joy lost her sister, just because it wasn't a bone worth carrying. Because when you go back and you look at the show and you see the things that he has said to Joy, and you know what he has said to you, and then now what we learned about with him in Winter, they had some unseen footage. Is that right? Unseen footage. I mean, I know it's unseen, but it's unaired footage. That's what I'm looking for. Of of Jay in Winter. And when I say I would have been so upset if I was Winter as well, if I legit had all this time and built this friendship with this guy, and on TV is being portrayed as this girl's his number one, but again, like Simone said, in private it's completely different. We spend so much more time than y'all actually see, and I feel like I'm being pulled both ways. I want to walk away and stuff, but he's not allowing me to. I totally get it. However, totally get it. And that's why I'm saying Jay, I never can pinpoint what it was about Jay other than the fact that I felt like he was very mysterious and wasn't genuine. Now I feel like he's a player because you definitely led all three of these women on, and although you made a choice, and Winter, you need to respect the fact that that man made a choice. I do. Winter, we gonna talk about the secondhand embarrassment that we faced and felt for Denise, but I would say something that maybe everybody else don't agree with. I felt secondhand embarrassment, and I was upset with Winter when she was acting so thirsty when it came to. Okay, so they were like, okay, let's take a trip down Winter and Jay's romance, and let's see. Sorry, y'all, mom, we do these calls, and they like, we're gonna show y'all, stuff that y'all seen before and some footage that y'all never seen. And okay, so we see that's deeper than what we thought. But this is when I got confused. Okay, first of all, Winter, you just had this conversation when you got upset with Simone calling y'all sister wives, and that Simone made it out to be that you felt like alluding there was something going on between you and Jay because he had no shirt on when he went into your room. Later on, we see 3 to 4 different footages from between 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. of you and Jay sneaking back and forth between each other's room. Hold on, ma'am. Hold on, ma'am. See, Simone better than me. Simone's very emotional. I'm a crybaby too, by the way. But, you know, she likes to, okay, can I have a hug? Like, you know, I just don't want you to be mad at me and I didn't want to bring drama to you. Like, girl, if I say something, I'm going to stand on it, especially if it's the truth. It may have came off as I was alluding that y'all had something going on, but the fact, and then if I had apologized, and then I go see that you guys were in fact, I mean, look, allegedly, I'm gonna say allegedly, doing the do, but you got mad because I had said in front of another woman that we are all dating the same guy, we all had the same interest for the same guy, and I said to her, basically, I saw them going in each other's room, and like, that... Winter. That was strike one for me. That's when I was just like, but wait, you just was upset with Simone for basically saying the truth. Like, 2, as this thing is being played, right? As they're playing these memories, this woman is so still, I feel like, attached to this man that she can't even hide her emotions. She's being dramatic. And I'm gonna say why I use the word dramatic, because in the event that you know that this man did not choose you and he's here with his woman and you're supposed to be here with the man that you chose and you're supposed to be working on y'all relationship, why are you goo goo gaga eyes smacking lips so like out there about y'all throwback? This man is sitting here looking like he wants to hide. And we had fun, didn't we? I mean, even looking back at that, it's just like, girl, like even Nephew Tommy had to ask, like, is there still emotions and feelings there? And then she's like, what? I'm smiling. Like, girl, it's like, granted, tell the tea. Spill the tea about what we didn't see and what was being said and correct that. But he already made a choice, and you made him reiterate again that he made a choice with Joy and he does not regret that decision. And then you sit there and you look like you're reliving being disappointed all over again. But I don't understand what has kept hope out. Like, even if, let's say that y'all really had something and that we didn't get to see, us the viewers, at that very moment, y'all, let me say something. I just wouldn't have came off as so available emotionally. Not saying that she wanted to bust it open for him available. I'm saying emotionally available to where that, it's still that. Listen, I felt like she was being honest when he said, "How did that make you feel when he gave you a kiss on the cheek?" Yeah, that was, it made me feel some kind of way then, and it makes me feel some kind of way now. Watching it. Perfect. But she went on to start saying some other stuff that's just kind of like, let it go. I would have been like, it's more so embarrassing just to be turned down like that on national television and just even looking back at it. You say that you feel like you stayed longer than you should have, and you probably would not have done the same thing. Hey, we live and we learn, and I'm glad that's what you took from that situation. And you're deciding to leave it alone because something tells me in my gut, that when Jay left for Ready to Love to go be with Joy after she lost her sister, something tells me that y'all kept communication. Which is why I don't really care about nothing that you and Anthony got going on. Moving right along. Speaking of Joy and her sister passing, they start to talk about, asking Joy how she's doing. In the midst of them asking Joy how she's doing, there is a video that is played that shows us a scene that I do recall. I believe, watch. Not really sure, but I feel like I seen that scene of Denise telling all of the men. I forgot to mention, y'all, that Alex and Brian are going on a date. They're talking. Alex looked gorgeous, by the way. You guys have been ragging on Joy's hair all season. I hope you guys are satisfied that she listened to y'all and she did a different hairstyle. I also want to say, because we're about to wrap it up, because y'all know that shit with Denise was the last thing that happened. So before we kiki, the makeup on these women looked phenomenal. The makeup artist, kudos to the makeup artist. I don't know if that's that $150 face that the people was arguing about the other day on the Shade Room, but it was definitely looking good. As far as Rashid and y'all talking about and going in on Rashid and his face breaking out, it's very clear that man's face broke out. A lot of the times before these people go on and do stuff like a reunion show, they want to go big or go home. They want to go get some stuff done to try to look their best, and then sometimes that shit backfires. I always tell close friends of mine, do not do nothing drastic before an event for that event. Stick to your normal routine, because shit like that is exactly what will happen to you. Rashid, I just, he's fine. I'm sure the man is fine. All the stress that he done went through with Adriana and all that shit, choosing, we're going to talk about that next episode. Like, cut the man a break, y'all. Cut him a break. But, who y'all not cutting a break? And I'm not even about to, I ain't gonna hold you. Y'all not cutting Denise a break, because there is a scene when Denise is giving all of the men this heartfelt message that she says come from Joy, which actually ended up just being what she wanted to say to the men, but she was using Joy as an excuse to say what the hell she wanted to say. And Joy says, hey, I didn't craft that message. I didn't have time to craft that message. I didn't say that. So everybody kind of like, it's like when the record stopped, they were like, what? Like trying to process what they just heard. Like she made all this up. The more that they had time to process, the more people began to disconnect from Denise. Starting with Nephew Tommy. Nephew Tommy said, why did you feel the need to do that? She said, I wanted Joy to be able to have a voice through me, even with her being away. Jay said, well, then she would have spoke to you and you would have been able to, like basically, how she gonna speak through you when she didn't even speak to you? She can't speak through you when she ain't spoke to you. And I never seen Jay that upset, so I knew right then and there they had already knew about this prior to us finding out about it and everybody else on that stage. So then Denise said something to Joy in the matter of like, oh, I called you and I told you on the phone. And then Joy was like, yeah, but I didn't know it was like this deep. Like that was a bit much. And then Edwin was like, yeah. Everybody else was like, yeah. Look, Denise. Excuse me. A lot of people are saying that Denise is crazy. I've been saying she was nuts. She's psycho. Let me say something. When Denise called Rashid a narcissist, I think that she played herself, because due to events, they're about to show how you are, in fact, the narcissist next episode. 2, I don't think that Denise is crazy. I think Denise is very intelligent. I think Denise knows exactly what she does. I think that in that moment, Denise was being an actress. Denise was being an actress. Denise was looking for more airtime. Denise just wanted to hear herself speak. That's what I think. That's my personal opinion. I don't think that that's crazy. I don't think that makes you mentally challenged or insane. 5150. I don't think so. I think more so Denise has said in an interview that she has done acting before. And I think that she was just channeling that inner diva. making it about her. Even though she says that it's not about me because it was about you. No. The text of the conversation was about me. You lied about it being for me, but it was all you. So in that sense, it is selfish, Denise, because it wasn't true. It was fabricated, and it was pretty dramatic. The things that you said she said was just, it wasn't wrong. It wasn't mean. It wasn't ill will. It obviously made Jace feel some kind of way. I don't know. But now going into this, I feel like the energy has shifted because the episode ends where we all see everybody individually talking about this whole, like, they completely threw a wrench in the program with this whole Denise shit. Because, baby, we thought, I'm pretty sure when they said go ahead and take a break, everybody thought they probably was going to be able to, touch up their makeup, go get a sip of their drink, like, and come right on back. No, like, this has definitely took a turn, and I felt secondhand embarrassment. And Denise, we're not going to keep doing this. This is not the first time I have felt this for you. Like, it was so, like, bitch, I almost yelled at my TV for the fact that, like, it stopped. I was just like, no, we need to finish this, like, right now. I need part 2 right now. Well, that's it for this video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, you guys, and supporting, you guys, all my new subscribers, all my old subscribers. Thanks for thumbing up this video in advance. And you can follow me on Instagram if you want to see more of me at Prissy Solo, PRISSYSOLO. And until next time, later. And I'm so glad that we are finished with this series, you guys, so we can get back into some story times. I got you.